chair in there. Sir. Hey, welcome back to Pops. That's Pops Reclamation Station, and we are working on today. We're gonna have a little convertible theme going. This one is a Dinky Toy 109 Austin Healey. Now go over to my book here. Take a look at what the Austin Healey was all about. It says Austin Healey 100 competition finish, which means it had a racing number on it. Well, this one, the number is gone, and not sure which one it would have been. So you can have cream body and red interior and having red hubs, white driver with a number 23, or you could have a yellow body, blue interior and hubs, a white racing driver and a number 21, and has 109 on the base. You could get another cream body, red interior and hubs, white racing driver with number 22. So it looks like there was a theme going on here with these guys, 21, 22, 23 for racing numbers. M tires, rear lights highlighted. So it's hard to tell if this one was actually repainted or not. There's no highlighting on that, on those numbers, but that's not a cream body. Or a yellow body, blue interior and hubs, white racing driver, and number 28 with no white background. M tires and no number on the base. Now, my book is telling me the values of them if they were mint with the box. So for you guys in working British pounds, they range anywhere from 200 pounds to 500 pounds in mint condition in the box. That's if the market hasn't changed that much. There could be even a little increase depending on how rare these guys are. So anyway, that's from Ramsey's 14th edition. That's what did I say before, 2012 on there. So it's 10 years old, but prices are neither here nor there. Sometimes when you look at a book, or you go to eBay, or you go to other sites, and if you go on eBay and where the auction is, and if people get lucky on the auction, maybe it's a new seller, or this seller doesn't get that many hits on his website for whatever reason, on eBay or on Etsy. And Etsy is a straight buyout, so you wouldn't be bargaining like you would on eBay. But some people get lucky and they get a vehicle really reasonable. And then there's other people who think it's like a used car salesman. On eBay you can put any price on it, and that's right. You can put any price on it, but you'll sit on it for a long time. So I sell on Etsy, and I don't like to keep my stuff around too much, so I give it a pretty decent price, and most of my stuff ships free to North America right now. Anyway, this is the Austin Healey 109. I've already taken the rivets off, the top of the rivets off, so that comes right off. It's pretty simple. Now this had some replacement tires, and I'm trying to remember what the M tire is. I think the M tire is that one right there. If you can see, that's got a little treaded. But I'll have to check on that a little closer. Okay, so there's the base off. The base is in pretty good shape. A little rusty. It'll clean up nice and wash up nice. And I'm probably not going to take the wheels off of the base. I'll just mask them. Even though there's lots of room to peen on there, I just don't like doing it. So the windshield, this was the bottom part of the windshield, and it's all yellowed, but it's like 60 years old, almost 70 years old. It would have fit in like this with the top part, so I'm going to try to mimic the top part if I can with some clear plastic and cut one out. That's the plan anyway. So the driver is riveted in there, so we're going to give him a little poke in the butt and get him out of there. And we'll have a sip of tea. See if we can get you out of there, buddy.
His care is for women, for the vulnerable. Blasphemy is not harmless. Well, the Pharisees were pretty upset.
Oh, Stanley, you're gonna come out of there? I have to give you a little knock. Maybe just a bit more. Come on, Stan. Stan the man. Let's go. I don't want to go too far with the drill and make the hole too big. Where's my punch? My punch. Let's see my punch right there. Let's see if I can do it with this. There we go. So driver's in good shape. Could use a little touch up on the paint. This helmet is all wore out. There's the steering wheel's in good shape also. Is it broken? Oh, it is got a crack in it. To fix that. Just noticed that as I turned it around. So it's bent over in here. So we're going to get it out. Bend that back. And there we go. Steering wheel is out. Pretty simple, not much to it. Yeah, see where the steering wheel is broken there? I'll have to do a little fitting. I'll add a little glue there. And be careful, I'm going to break the whole thing right off. Where's my little screwdriver? Get that bent up just a bit. Over. I think that's about the best I'm going to get it. I'm going to mess around with it too much. Okay, so that's that part, and that part. Wooden back. Well, here we are back from the spray booth. We got old Stanley there all done up in gloss white. And you might need another coat after. I turned the lights down a little bit because it was just bleaching the cars right out. So this is the first coat. And I still will do the second coat on the inside there. After a bit, get them all done, ready to rock. And then I was trying to decide, as I said, on that candy orange, but I have this, excuse me for a second here, I have this gold, you can see that a little bit, kind of there, right there. There's gold, and I'm hoping that it's close to this Corgi gold in the Camaro. So I'm going to do the gold on the Corgi Austin Healey, and we'll go from there, and hopefully that's really close to that one. So once I find the parts I need for this one, I'm going to have to do that up. So there you have it for now. And so when we got back from the paint shop, the painting, noticed a few little things. I don't know if you can see this or not very well. Get that in there. A little crack in the frame of the Austin Healey Sprint. So I have to fix that. This was more yellow than it was gold. I had a couple of high spots there I had to work on. And so I'm going to have to figure out what color I'm going to come up with that one. And then this one, I don't know if you can see all that orange peel. Now whether I didn't get the underside really clean, or there was an issue between this paint and the primer, because look at it, it just flakes right off. So I'm gonna have to redo that one too. But you know, those are things that happen. You just deal with it. Okay, so let's get this fixed. I already did the inside, and then I did the inside crack and filled it. And for those of you that have never seen this technique before, you just use a little bit of crazy glue and some baking soda. So you just put it on the crack. Bit of crazy glue there. Take your baking soda, just sprinkle it on. What happens is the baking soda reacts with the glue, and it hardens like steel. So you can see that when I've done that there. Okay. And then that, once that dries, and we can sand it down, and should fix that crack altogether. So I went with the candy apple red, metal flake red, and it was a tester's Revving Red, it says. And this was the one I used on the Corgi. This was candy yellow. I was hoping it was going to come out, as I showed you before, it was going to come out a little more gold, but it's very yellow, so I'm going to come up with another color. And of course, this one is, well, it's pretty close to the top of the can, but it's not quite as dark as the original Dinky color. But that's about as close as I can get. That's the only thing I could find in a rattle can without going to a hobby shop and getting or mixing. You know, I don't have that ability to do all that right now because I don't have the other spray gun working yet. When I get set up, and we're going to be moving in the spring, and when we get it set up in our new house, I'll probably get out the air gun and get practicing with that one. And I've just had no time with work and other things and with my health, so I have just been doing whatever I can in small batches. Anyway, we will be back. Okay, Okay, back from the paint shop. This is kind of a metal flake red on this one, and then I did the seats in black. Get in there. You're giving me a hard time. There we go. Have to do some detailing on that one. Then I went to a metal flake blue for the Corgi. I couldn't make up my mind. I tried a couple of different things, and this was one that I had trouble with the primer. It seems the white primer. I've used it a few times, and because it's the primer is different than some of the overcoats paints that I'm doing. For some reason, it seems to react with certain other paints. And that happened with the Austin Healey as well. And then I stuck it in the oven just to try to see if I could darken the color down a bit. Now you can't, the light's kind of messing that up a little bit here, but I don't know if you can see, but let me get this in focus. There's a few bubbles on the side there, and a couple of bubbles on 1/4 panel there. Seems to be that either I had it in just a hair too long, it got really hot and bubbled the paint. So I'm going to have to do a little sanding and get that back down, and then touch up those little spots. I'm not going to redo the whole thing again. But I've experimented with putting it in the little oven before, and I had what was it? A rover I had done. I did it in red, and it darkened the color that it come out maroon. So I thought to try and get close to that Dinky color, that I would try that experiment and see if that would darken the yellow. Well, it didn't really. So, but experiment. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So this was supposed to be done last week. This was something I started working on last week and had trouble with the paint, and then, as I had mentioned a couple of times, I'm moving, so there's a lot of work we're doing around the house, and I just didn't get back down here because we're busy between packing stuff up and doing some painting and other things that my time is kind of messed up right now for getting down here. You know, I come down here for 5 minutes, spray paint, and go back upstairs. Anyway, that's going to have to get some work done. So that's going to be a slow-mo on this one. So when it comes out, I'll give you a recap of how long it actually took me to get all this together. Anyway, there's a lot of detailing yet to do on these. Bases are already done, and it's just a matter of finishing up the detailing on the outer, like the bumpers and lights and all that. And I'm gonna have to try and make some windshields. I've never done that before, so I was experimenting with this sheet plastic from one of those take-home things from the bakery that you would get, and I made a couple of windshields. I'm not crazy about them, so whether or not we get to that part, who knows, because right now I'm not buying anything out of the country. Getting stuff from the UK, the shipping is ridiculous. So I'm going to have to try to make my own, and anybody that has them in Canada are charging a lot of money. So, see you when I get back. Hello, back again. Welcome back again. This is the end of the video that I was working on these 3 convertibles that I started a while back, and then this was supposed to take a week. This is, I think this is week number 3 for this one. And reason being is this particular Austin Healey didn't like the way I painted it for some reason. I was having trouble with the paint sticking, as I said in part of the video before. So obviously you know that these videos don't happen all in one day. They usually take a few days to do, and this one took a little more than a few days with having to wait for the paint to cure and having trouble with the undercoating, the primer. So I had to go away from the white primer to the gray primer, and then the yellow took better to it, and I made sure that the body was real nice and clean. It was interesting when we, not only myself but others, when we're doing this like cold, like right into the camera, and so oftentimes we make mistakes of what we call stuff. You know, like I think in part of the video I done on this one, I said that this was the frame when it was the body. You know, our brains just sometimes go to mush because we're on camera right away. So anyway, get all that crap out of the way. I was waiting on these windshields. They came in the mail today, and shipping was less, but compared to getting anything out of the UK, it almost worked out to be equal, because the prices on the windshields are almost double, but the shipping is quite a lot less. So windshield in, black interior, and it wasn't candy apple red, was it? What was it? It was this one was revving red, and the interior I don't have my interior can. That's that metal flake black I've been using on the bases, as you can see there in this one. We'll get a little closer to the camera. That here, get that in focus. That I use. I prefer using that one on the bases. Comes out nice. And 14 mil tires. These are Dinky tires, but they were a little difficult going on these chrome hubs for some reason. Anyway, that one's all done. Complete. That's the Austin Healey Srite Dinky, and then this was the Dinky Austin Healey. Same thing on the base. Windshield is in. New steering wheel in there, and all Stanley. Now Stanley, I had to leave them white for now because I didn't have any flesh colored paint. I suppose I could have mixed up some red and white, and maybe a little brown in there to tone it down a bit. I still have to do that, so that will get done. But the detailing is done on that. I did the chrome on the grill and the lights and the bumpers, pretty much the way the real car was. I had to match the blue as close as I could come with that, and it was a little tricky to get there. It's just a touch glossier, maybe a little bit brighter than the wheels. This looks like it's got a little more gray in it, and not having the real Dinky color. I think it's not too bad. Come out pretty good. And that one got the windshield in there too today, and this one I put the windshield in. I didn't go through all the trouble of doing all that because the video already is going to be a little bit longer. I got to do some, I'll probably do some editing on there. And now this is the Corgi one. No driver. Added the steering wheel. And got this reproduction windscreen. I don't know, it's okay, I guess, but it didn't polish out very well. So, and I went for the white tires instead, and I thought the white tires really made it stand out a little nicer. I didn't do the chrome on the front. I thought I would leave it and see if I liked it or not, and so far I think I've been liking it, just in the same color. And this was that Metal Flake Blue, and I think I got that can right close by. And over here, that was a Star Spangled Blue. I think I said that earlier in the video. So those three are done. Finito. Wow. Anyway, happy that's all finished. I'm up to 56. I think it was 56 subscribers now. Pretty happy with that. Appreciate a like or a comment or a share. That's awesome. Still waiting on the windshield for this one. I think I showed you on this one. Where was one of my purchases, and I thought I had ordered that one from France, and I just went and looked up my order, and I did not. I canceled it for some reason, thinking that it was coming with these three from Canada. So I screwed myself out of a windshield for now. Anyway, that is where we're at. That is done. Complete. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Thank you for the new subscribers. I try to get around as much as I can with some of the other guys. And there was a number that a shout out to my friend in Switzerland over there for sharing some of his people that were on doing the Porsche. That's at Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. Good guy, doing some great stuff. Does some interesting dioramas and that too as well. So shout out to him if you haven't already checked in on him. That's Maple Leaf Customs, and he's got some great people that he follows and shares on his site. So check it out. There's a few people that I want to check out that he was posting. So this one's done. Thank you, as I said again, thank you for hanging in there, and we will catch you on the next one, which is, I'm doing this Volkswagen. This is a Matchbox. I started the video on this, and this is going to be a Coca-Cola. He likes to do Coca-Cola, and I saw a white bug. I think it might have been on Pinterest or one of the sites I was looking for some ideas for the decals, which I've managed to print up myself, and I'm going to put them on, and this is going to go to him when we go down to New Brunswick. So this is for my might as well call him my stepson. He was my stepdaughter's husband who had passed away in November, and since we're moving in that direction, so my shop will be closing up pretty soon for a few months once we get the house up for sale, and we will be heading down there. So I'll probably be off, but I'll do some videos in between then for the next couple of weeks anyway. So thank you again. This is Pop's Reclamation Station signing off. Don't forget, give us a subscribe, thumbs up, little comment. Appreciate it. Till next time. Ciao.